Fun. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi.
How's it going, girl? How's it going? What's new with you? What's new
Things
with
are
you?
pretty good. Things are pretty good
Okay.
right now, I think. I'm here. I'm queer. It's Pride Month.
Oh, happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy
Happy Pride. If
Pride.
you guys didn't know, you're listening to a podcast with two drag queens, so we do celebrate the Pride occasion by doing our podcast, not so much doing Pride events.
That's true. Although I did go to a Pride event
What did you
already.
go to?
There was a queer Wiccan craft show.
That sounds gay AF.
It was so great. I, yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. I'm still so mad at you guys and what you're getting for Pride this year.
What do we
Like,
get for? Oh, all those people.
I mean, but like both the last two seasons winners in one show. Jeez.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be here.
I mean, I realize that, but I mean, I was
Did you
just.
realize? Did you remember?
No, I did remember. I
Okay,
remember.
there's a
We
there's
talked
a
about it
first time for
before.
that.
We talked about it before.
We did. So I'm leaving. By the way, I'm gone starting Thursday.
Y'all, she's leaving me. This is what happens. This is what happens. Neglect. It's just neglect.
Well, if she ever left the state, maybe we'd go somewhere together. But no, she don't.
You ain't never asked me to go nowhere with you. You
You
ain't never. You ain't never. You ain't. It's all. You ain't never asked me if I want to go somewhere
girl,
with
you won't
you.
go somewhere with me.
Maybe
There you go. See, that means no, because you're gonna be. You know what
you
you're gonna
gotta
do?
tell. You gotta tell me when and where. So I can plan accordingly.
Yeah. But the thing is, dear
Get
listeners,
my little passport in order.
I
Get my
ain't
little.
saying we doing all that.
Get my shots, girl. I don't know
Wait,
where
you
we're
don't you don't
going.
have a passport? I thought, like, girl, you better keep your passport. You never know when
As
you may
soon as it
need it.
came out of my mouth, I was like, I wish I hadn't said that one word because I know
You
she's
you
gonna
better
start talking
you
about it
better
immediately.
you better work.
You better work. I'm so happy that RuPaul brought back Star Booty. Like, it's been so long, and I feel like the children need to go back and like find it now because it
It's
really
nowhere
was a
to be
hot mess.
found.
It's got to be
It
somewhere.
no, we looked for it. It is nowhere to be. None of them are anywhere to be found. Like
That's
easily.
wild.
Yeah, yeah.
You would think that RuPaul would have coincided this with the re-release of Star Booty.
Was it good? No, but
It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad, but it was just so camp. Like, it was just
was
stupid,
it more camp than this musical?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Girl, let me just tell you, Nicole Page Belks. Oh, there's a story. There's a story from the like Valentina and Monet are talking. So I can't watch the this because Monet I like her. I think she's very talented, but she bores me listening to her for too long.
That's how I
Um,
felt. That's how I felt watching the Rusicals.
yeah. So
It
she
was boring, right?
yeah it was. She has
Okay.
Valentina on,
Oh, come on, Valentina, newly out trans woman.
and Valentina's like she loves Nicole Page Brooks. This is why. So Valentina's like, I am rich. I know I've got some money. So I have a very specific drink whenever I go to a bar. I tell them to take like champagne fluid, fill it halfway full with champagne, pour raspberry liqueur on top, and then put two raspberries inside. That is my order. It's very particular. I ordered that. I turned around from the bar. Nicole Page Brooks comes up, grabs my drink, says, "Girl, you have money," and walks away with my drink and drinks it. She loves her because she's crazy. And I'm like, you know what?
I love that so.
Oh.
I love it so much.
So I
Oh my
asked the
god.
people who work at Legends if I'd ever seen Nicole Page Brooks there. And do you know what the response got was?
What?
At that time, we only let talent in.
That's not right. That's not right. That's rude.
They're like,
That is
we let
rude.
trending come all the time.
That's rude. They do, girl. They love some K Bonet, girl.
Not that
Lord.
one.
Which one?
Trinity the Tuck.
She's a winner of the dang show.
No, this is
Like,
before. I'm talking like back in the day, or back when we were
yeah,
going
but
all the time.
Trinity was iconic after the first season. Like,
No,
there was.
what I'm saying is that they let. I'm talking about before, like
Oh,
before
like
Drag.
even before Drag
Yeah,
Race.
before Drag. I'm not talking about now. They let her on now.
I love Nicole Page Brooks.
So I need to pause. I need to pause a second to tell you something.
Oh God.
What? I was good at it. I was great at lip syncing.
You were a good lip smacker, girl.
I was. That is the one thing I could do.
You knew your words. It was never watermelon. You knew your stuff.
If I didn't know the words, I just shut my mouth and did this.
Exactly. Or fell on your knees and just open your mouth like you were belting out a note.
Or asking for
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, girl. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, girl. Happy Pride.
I can't believe it took this many times for me to figure out that I could just move my microphone back as I'm leaning back in the chair and doing this podcast.
Girl, you didn't know that?
I'm like, why did I put it on an arm if I can't just move it around?
Lord have
what? I don't. My brain doesn't always operate like it's supposed to.
Girl, speaking of poorly operating brains, did you know that we have Patreon?
Yeah.
Dear listeners, you go to patreon.com/Mims Maim. You can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know we have another podcast?
What?
That's right. It's Baking Sugar in its final season.
I know, everybody. Our final season of the one that started it all.
That's correct, and it's a Designing Women podcast. There we go. I had to get through my stuttering.
Karma,
there.
Girl, karma, right there.
Girl.
That was instant karma.
Girl, thank you, Alicia Keys. If you could sing it for me real quick.
She can't even do that now, girl. So it's fine.
You know, I think she's wearing makeup again. Anyway.
Well, she got that Tony-nominated musical now. So.
Does she? Oh, girl, don't forget the Tonys are tonight.
Girl, of course I haven't forgotten. It's me.
Go watch Old Mary win a couple of Tonys, hopefully.
I need Cole to win all of them so bad.
Anyway, Baking Sugar, Designing Women podcast last season. Hey, Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that we have a website? That's right. You go to mimsmaim.com and buy something. Hey, Maim. Girl, the problem with you sitting that far back,
yes,
you can fall asleep. I see it in your eye.
I ain't gonna fall asleep, girl.
I
just woke up.
You looking like a deacon in the church at the very last row right now.
You better preach, preacher. You better System. Come on, Sopranos. Mm-hmm. I get I ain't getting enough for offering. Y'all bring the plate to me. Mm-hmm. I've been working all week. Y'all can bring that plate to me. You gonna get my money? Just bring the plate. I ain't getting up. I don't care who's singing the offertory song. I ain't getting up.
Hey, Maim. Do you know what I love? That's right, babe. 5-star reviews.
My family is either gonna love what just happened or.
This is season 5, episode 13.
Yes.
Fire burn, cauldron bubble.
Speaking of Wiccan stuff, right?
I know, right? So there's somebody doing magic.
Come on, magic.
The card game.
The Kylie.
And look, Bill Maher's in this episode.
I know. Back when he was still a comedian slash actor. Oh wait, he still is actor,
Is he anything?
playing whatever part he needs to keep making
Girl.
money.
Well, Doc goes to knock, knock, knock on heaven's door.
Ooh, come on, Doc. Whose house you creeping in on? That ain't Jenkins' house.
And he sees the witch casting a spell.
Oh, is it Stevie Nicks?
I see y'all. I don't know why that's the song that came first.
I thought you were gonna sing Gypsy.
That's the one I just sang.
No, but I thought you were gonna like launch into the chorus of Gypsy.
I did, but I couldn't. I don't say that word unless I'm singing alone in a car. But
Okay.
so real talk.
Mm.
I don't, but do you? If the N word is in a song, do you say it?
No.
Okay.
50% of me would disagree with doing that. You know, I've said that at karaoke before, and they always look at me because I don't do it.
Uh huh.
And they always look at me. I'm like, guys, I'm only half black, so
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable doing this. It's like the French Canadian side of my family has not gotten to that point where it can do that. So
I can't argue with any of that.
I've never felt comfortable with that, by the way. Like I've never, like it's just never been a thing.
Yeah.
I've never just. I think because my family, like I don't know, we never really talked much about this, but like my family was like into the civil rights stuff.
Yeah.
Like my dad was in the freedom bus rides and things like that. So growing up in this particular thing, having a mother that grew up in the Jim Crow South,
Yeah.
having a father who was from the North that came down, I've never felt comfortable with that. Like, and I realize culturally it is what it is, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just never I don't feel right. It doesn't feel right to me, and that's why I don't do it.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Yep.
So she runs away after Doc sees her.
Bye, Stevie Nicks.
Bye. I could be your silver spring. Hold on.
Speaking of
I could be. Where's my note? No,
I forgot to
can't
send
do
you
it.
that video yesterday.
What?
I can
What
find
video?
it again. There's a video of like Annie Lennox this weekend, like blowing out "Sweet Dreams," girl. Still like
Good for
sounding just as
her.
yeah. It
Good
was
for her.
nice. It was nice.
I love her.
Me too. Girl, you used to wear out some walking on broken glass, honey.
Girl.
Woo!
And how did we not know I was going to be a drag queen?
We did.
Why took you so long to become one?
Well, do
Uh-huh.
you want to have real talk about that?
I think I
I
already know,
mean,
but sure, go ahead.
part of it was because I was in a relationship with somebody who, dear listeners, especially for any of you that may be straight, so there is a little bit of a stigma against drag performers within the cis male part of the gay population. And it actually, for some people, not Mims, but for some people,
Uh-huh.
it's actually difficult to find partnership, to find boyfriends, to find a lot of those things, regardless of how masculine or feminine you present, just because you do that.
Yeah.
And after Mims and I were having our gallivanting around, where the person I was with could clearly see that I was having a great time,
Yeah.
made it very clear on no uncertain terms that he would not be comfortable with me ever even thinking of doing that.
Well.
And so I just filed it away. I was like, oh, well, I wasn't really thinking about it anyway. Cause I mean, at the time I wasn't technically thinking about it,
Uh-huh.
but yeah. So I was like, I didn't even think about it, even though it would have been a hoot. We could have
Yeah.
ran that trailer park prize night like it was our kingdom.
Girl,
And
you may not even moved.
right.
Girl, you may have been a drag queen here.
Yeah. Girl, if I had started back then, I could have been on Drag Race.
You still could be.
Yeah. They ain't put no bearded drag on here. I'd have to move to the UK first.
Girl, you know what we should do? We should. Hey, RuPaul. Tap, 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 tap. Are you listening to this, RuPaul? Tap, 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 tap. um, if you were ever looking for two drag queens to be the guests on Snatch Game,
Oh my
to,
gosh, we would be
to
so
be the
good at that.
contestants.
Yes.
We would not necessarily Snatch Game of Love because that
No.
could be, but we could be some fun contestants to
We could
sit there.
easily,
Yeah.
right? We have multiple podcasts under our belt now.
Yeah, we
Like,
do. We do. We have at least two.
a lot of people have downloaded our episodes.
At least 1,000. Yes.
Is that just
I don't know how many people it is. We're we're nearly at 25,000 downloads.
right?
So
That's got to be more than a couple of people,
yeah,
right?
that's
Considering
true.
that we are not like drag race known,
That's true. That's true.
you
That's
know,
true.
or known for any like we're not known for anything other than doing this.
That's true.
Like
God,
all
we're
these other
known for something.
all these other people, they all come from the different franchises
That's
and all
true.
things like
That's
that.
true.
So, you
Yeah.
know,
So
that
you
would be
know
a hoot. That would be a hoot.
that
being
is
on Snatch
true.
Game.
So RuPaul, if you're thinking about it,
If you
we'll
want to
sign a contract.
have some alternative queens on there for a change.
I mean, I don't know how alternative I am. I am a
Have you heard your
beautiful.
mouth?
I am a beautiful, beautiful woman. Beautiful woman.
Are you telling me that?
All of my wigs.
Are
I
flat.
thought about being human hair at one point in time. They considered it, but then decided no.
They tried transitioning. It was too hard.
No, I shall not. I shall remain plastic.
It was too much of a life commitment.
My color, it won't be as vibrant. I just, no. No, none of my wigs are flat. I keep them stored correctly in fear of their lives.
At gunpoint.
Actually, what I bought was, you know, the kind of the rack you have for behind a door that for baseball caps.
Yes.
I've got them stacked on that.
Oh.
If a fire comes, that's going up like nothing. Right there.
What was the source of the fire, girl? It was all them wigs.
Oh, God. Well, we're at JB's, and Doc's run in.
Oh.
I need to pause a second so I can blow my nose.
Oh,
all right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Well, Doc's at JB's. He runs in, says someone was at this house, and she looked like an old woman named Patience Tahoon, who
Not
died
Tahoon, girl.
300 years ago.
Whoa.
For witchcraft.
Not witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
I love how, under just the right circumstances, you could turn a 2-syllable word into 5. Bless you.
Look, it is a Southern ability, right?
I love it.
Witchcraft.
Like, do you know how much effort it used to take to somehow like bring that voice out during improv? Like, but then immediately have to go to do another voice as soon as like the next scene started. Like, because my brain has to be in to do it properly.
Yeah.
If you don't normally speak that way, you really have to think about enunciation a lot.
Yeah.
And it used to drive me crazy because nobody there could, you know, the two of us were the only ones that could really do like a proper
Southern accent.
True Southern accent.
Yeah.
When you, let me tell you, listening to Cubans do a Southern accent is quite an experience.
So if they just, there's two options there that I found. Either there's the foghorn leghorn option.
I'll see.
Or if you go to watch the Disney Robin Hood movie.
Oh, so good.
And you pick one of the buzzards, Nutsy, who's the one that goes, "It's 3:00 and all's well." If you could get that down, you could do a Southern accent.
Nutsy was my favorite character in that.
Or the By Gimminy Nutsy. Either one of the two buzzards or the sheriff of Nottingham.
I need to watch that movie soon.
So we watched it not too long ago because it's one of the, oh, you're sick? Let's put this on movies.
Yes, it's such a, oh man, it will always help your mood.
It
Always.
does. It does. Because he's hot. Robin Hood is hot.
I mean, they just made him look like Errol Flynn. Like they just
Robin
dubbed him
Hood
off
is
Errol
hot.
Flynn.
Like they didn't make him look like anything.
If you go look at Errol Flynn's facial features,
Okay, just as an aside, you were giving Disney at that time way too much credit.
they always use actors for cross references.
I guarantee you, they didn't do anything. This is in the dead time of Disney. Like they recycled shit from Fantasia in this. They like it is one of the laziest animations.
And then it turned out so good, though.
Not at the time.
No, not at the time.
But now,
I mean, there are quite a few Disney things from like the 50s and 60s that, in hindsight, they've realized how genius they were. But yeah, at the time, I mean, it's just like the late 70s Disney. It was just, they were going for something different, and people just weren't into it.
I can't even think of something from the late 70s Disney I really like.
I loved when they did the Sherlock Holmes in the early 80s and
Oh,
83.
Speak of Sherlock Holmes.
The Great Mouse Detective.
Speaking of Sherlock, that is one of the stupidest movies. It's great. It's so stupid. Speaking of Sherlock Holmes,
Gladly.
the Japanese anime with the dog.
Miyazaki, yeah.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
I know.
Okay. Because it was not available in the United States for...
No, I know. Girl,
okay.
I watched it. I got an alert like instant.
Okay.
Like that is a...
What's the next day?
Yes.
And the sheriff is getting calls about a ghost. Girl, we're still on page 1, so we've been
rambling.
And the sheriff,
well, I'm the one who got
likes to roam around. The sheriff makes a homeless joke remark. Moving forward.
Such a very gross joke.
Yes.
Like, everybody in New York is a bag lady. What?
That is the true success of Erykah Badu's song.
Bag lady, you ain't got no car. Ah! Kara! Pack light. Oh, I know what I would sing tomorrow already.
Well, girl, we're at the library.
Come on, library.
And we meet Mildred and Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Mildred is related to Patience.
Oh.
Adam is engaged to Mildred, and he's very annoyed that everybody's been asking her about Patience.
As you would be.
Well, we meet Mr. Fairchild and Bill Maher, who's Mr. Rivers.
Oh.
That Mr. Fairchild's an author, and Mr. Rivers is his agent.
Roddy McDowell as well. There's a lot of like 80s stars in this one.
Yeah. He asks directly about Patience. He's annoyed that there's no media, and this Mr. Fairchild completely ignores JB.
Yes.
She's like, well,
okay.
Yeah. Well, we're at the hotel, and Bill Maher's on the phone annoyed, and Fairchild comes back in and asks Bill Maher where the hell the media is and such. Like, he's very upset. Richard, who is Bill Maher's character, is like, look, you were rude to JB. She is the star of this town. There's no media here because the sheriff doesn't want there to be here. I promise you that we'll have something. Just calm the fuck down and let me handle it.
Not only, I thought it was funny too. I was like, not only is she the star in the town, she is now at this point. We're in season 5. She is a world famous author.
Yes.
Like, world famous.
And sleuth. Mm-hmm. Like, she's world famous for being a sleuth as well. Still good. Still got it. Oh, I'll
She
just.
ain't dead yet, y'all. She ain't dead yet.
But the cat came back the very next day. But the cat came back.
We thought she was a goner. No, stop.
Dear listeners, we apologize for last week.
And this week.
Yeah, God. Last week we were absent. This week,
Abscess.
because of this, is the reason we were absent last week. I'm going to pause a second and get a cough drop.
Lozenge.
Ricola.
Ricola.
And $20 a month.
Right?
Girl, for that, you can have 2 porns.
That's so poor.
For that, you could have between 2 and 4 OnlyFans. For $20 a month.
Some person came up on my Instagram yesterday.
I'm sure they did.
No, shut up. It was like I guess it was like a fitness influencer or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And but seemed legit. Like
Uh-huh.
didn't seem like, you know, how some of them are.
Uh-huh.
But then I click on their little link thing,
Uh-huh.
and of course they have an OnlyFans, and I was like, okay. I go over to the OnlyFans. Why is it $49 a month?
Because you can charge that.
Like I wasn't gonna buy it regardless, but $49?
Because you can get that much money. Why she won't?
He wasn't that. I mean, he was okay looking.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I mean, like I can't imagine what a man would have to look like for me to pay $50 a month.
It only takes one.
I guess you're right for somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, people. I get pop-ups all the time for like some of the websites. Like they're like $15 and $20 a month. Like, and that's full catalogs of pornographic companies.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't understand. I guess it's just people that this must have certain people they are super into
Uh-huh.
that they will never meet in real life.
Girl, we're at a bus stop and a mysterious woman pulls up.
Girl, is it Dr. DeMonico?
I'm Dr. Monica DeMonico.
She got her outfit on.
The neurosurgeon assigned to this operation. I love that's it. That may be the best thing she's ever done. Like
Greatest thing Terry Hatcher ever did. Better than all 7 seasons of Desperate Housewives and Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
More memorable than both of those things.
Yeah. 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 God, I really look like one of those Muppets when I do that, don't I? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Just that's the only time.
Excuse me while I find my camera. Fuck you!
Find your light, girl. Find your light.
There it is. Right there.
Oh my
Right there.
God.
Fuck you. Well, girl, we're at Mildred's house.
Okay.
And they have a book of secrets, which is what caused witchcraft scare. It's like 300 years old.
Oh.
And they just had the hall in the house painted blue.
Which is important.
It is. At the door, there's a knock, knock, knock on the door.
Ooh, is Axel Rose?
No, it's Irene, the sister. The long got lost sister.
That she hasn't seen since she was torn away from her at age 9.
At age 9. Well, Doc sort of recognizes her. Oh, no, he definitely recognizes her. She's the witchy woman from before. Witchy woman. That's the song we were looking for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Or Black Magic Woman, whichever one.
I would prefer we don't do that one.
Okay. What'd you say?
I would prefer we don't do that one.
Well, it's later on, and no, she was 4 days old, 4 whole days old, when Irene was taken to Michigan to live with her aunt. and she just felt drawn to come back. Just drawn to come back. She asked about the witch a little bit too while she's talking about this, but she's drawn to come back. Drawn to come back. My dog was just drawn to bark. My dog's name's Irene too, y'all. So
yes, honey. Come on, Miss Irene. You better let the people know. Tell them you still around, girl. You old, but you still around,
13
honey.
years old.
Come on, baby. You better sing, honey. Come on, sing, baby. Song of your people.
I've been standing at the edge of the water. So did you hear about that?
No.
There was a Delta flight that was late.
Oh, yes.
Lifting off and then had to circle around, and somebody let their kid go on the mic.
I just showed the hubby yesterday the video. He was like, "Are you kidding?" I was like, "No."
I can't believe the attendants let them do that.
What was really funny is, so I was thinking that too, right, about the attendance. But then I saw a commercial today for the soda brand Poppy. I don't know if you've seen the movie theater like commercial yet. So there's a thing where a lady's in a movie theater and she's like, "Oh, soda's so bad for you, but I really want one, and it's not the weekend yet." Blah, 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 blah. And the lady behind her said, "Girl, I already got you," and she holds up a can of Poppy.
Yeah.
Here's what the guy that's working at the movie theater says: "I don't get paid enough to care." It's like. So I feel like the flight attendants were just like, you know what? Who cares?
Girl, I would normally say that, but this was a Delta flight.
I know, girl, but you know, today's days is different. They just different.
And do you know what the worst part of that is?
There's a worst part.
You can't escape it. Like if you're watching a movie, the intercom comes on over whatever you're watching.
I know.
It pauses it.
That's why I don't plug nothing into nothing. Everything I always bring on flights is mine because I'm not dealing with y'all. Y'all can be in my ear like that. No, thank you.
I've been standing at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why.
It sucks too because like I was laughing about it and joking about it, and then like 20 minutes later, the song is just going in my head.
I love that song.
It's a really good song.
It is. It is.
It's really a beautiful
He
song.
didn't win an Oscar.
No.
Twice.
He should have.
Do you know why he didn't win the second Oscar?
No.
Because they didn't put "We Don't Talk About Bruno" in for an Oscar.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that? They put the Spanish one for the beautiful Spanish.
Yeah. They submitted that one.
Yeah, they didn't submit.
Even though "We Don't Talk About Bruno" literally made it to the Hot 100.
Yes.
I sometimes do not understand Disney. Like sometimes it just makes no sense to me. No sense.
Well, we're at a supper function. And the taxi driver confirms he picked up Irene, that she was not here that night before, or that picked her up from a bus. She wasn't here from the night before.
The hot taxi driver.
Was he hot to you?
He was 80s hot. Yeah. He was 80s. He was like 80s hot. Like not just handsome, 80s hot.
And he asked Adam if he can see Irene, and Adam's like, "I don't care what you do with Irene."
You would think he would have a little bit more concern about this. His sisters, or his lady's sister that just shown up. You think he'd be a little bit more concerned about that.
We're back at Mildred's, and she's walking with a candle, like a tay in the wind, walking with a candle through the hall, with some herbs in her hand. Then she just goes to bed. The candle's out. Nice of her to blow the candle out, though, right?
It was nice, yes.
Don't blow the candle out, Mary. Don't blow the candle. What is that? No, it's Jenny. Jenny, blow the candle out. Jenny, blow the candle out. That's from the end of The Glass of Rinky Dink. What?
I love that sequel, The Glass Rinky Dink.
It's after everything already fell apart. Um, God, Tennessee Williams was crazy in the
Yes.
best way.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, so Irene's back asleep in her room. The next morning at JB's, they find out that all the herbs, Mildred talks to JB about it, all the herbs are witchcraft herbs.
Oh no,
Oh,
witchcraft
yeah.
herbs. I'd hate to get that mistaken with my Lipton. I thought this was Lipton. It tastes like witchcraft.
Girl, I don't know if you know this, but witches, very into herbal teas.
Stop it. What?
I know, right?
I'm shocked.
I know, right?
I'm shocked.
Like they had a whole little rack of them at the.
I'm shocked.
I know, I know, I know, I know.
Was lavender in everything?
Yes.
Very healing. Very, very healing.
Very soothing.
Mhm.
Very soothing. Very. Girl, let me just tell you that lavender sleepy time tea. You ain't got a chance. Once you have a sip, you gonna be out in about 15 minutes.
Girl, don't. I don't have to go to the store now. You know, I'm always looking for something to put me out. Shut down this brain.
Girl, the best way to shut down the brain is to just not think about things.
If I could throw something at this computer right now and it actually hit you, I would do it.
That, sometimes whenever I'm thinking a lot of things, I do just tell my brain, okay, we're done. We'll deal with that tomorrow. And then I go to sleep. And I understand.
I've tried that a couple of times. And then at 5:30 in the morning, after I've had about 4 dreams about said subject, it wakes me.
See, what you have to do is you have to learn to control your dreams too, which is something else I had to learn to do. Because I used to have nightmares, so I had to teach myself how to get out of a nightmare by smacking myself till the nightmare was over. In the dream. Seriously, it is I'll go into a nightmare. If I think it's a nightmare, I'll start screaming and smacking myself in the nightmare till I'm out of it.
Dear Angelique.
Dear
Angelique.
But no, you just have to learn if one of those dreams comes up in the dream, you have to preface start yourself before you go to sleep and say, if I dream about this, I am going to end the dream. And then you just kind of repeat that to yourself as you're going to sleep. As soon as you're asleep, if it comes up, you just have to hope that your body's like, I'm done with this.
Also known as Kaffeeschlagen. She can blow it any second.
God, that do you know what that translates to? Being hit in the head. So we're at the sheriff's, and Gordon is trying to get the sheriff to let the media in, and he says no, absolutely not. And JB's here, and Irene, I don't know what the fuck that word is. I don't know what that word is.
I wish I could help you from over here, but I can't.
Girl, like, look at that last word there.
F-L...
E-O?
It could also be hero.
Well, she did come along. A? Oh, well, let's keep going.
You look perplexed right now.
JB,
I guess I'll be like a little
Oh,
girl now. But no one knows how far it goes.
which is
I'd be like, um, folks, we are going to be trafficking over the intersection for the next 20 minutes while Divine Mims figures out what she has written down on
so.
the.
There's a call. We're just going to skip over that part because apparently it's not that important. And there's a ceremony happening at the Finney place. I apologize for that, y'all, but you know what? We'll keep on going.
She got sick brain, y'all. It's okay. She's still
Girl,
recovering.
there's a witch hunter. He's here. His name's Dr.
Dear.
Orman, and he is that guy. I
He
love
isn't
him. I
that
love him
guy.
as an actor.
Always plays kooks.
He is one of my favorite actors. Like, yes,
Always a kooky pants.
he is like one of my favorite
Crackpot.
actors in Star Trek. He plays a serial killer in Voyager.
That was him?
Yes, it was. Yeah,
I was wondering why he looks so familiar.
yeah, yeah,
Because he looks kind of the same, but not quite
yeah,
the same.
yeah.
And when he
yeah.
came up on camera, I was like, why do I know this
Yep,
guy?
yep,
Because
yep.
we've been watching Voyager, so
Yeah.
that's so great. He's great at being crazy.
Yeah. Voyager's like, nah, it's okay. And then, do you know how it ends?
No.
Okay. I'll
Never watched it
wait.
before.
I'll wait till you get to the. We are now. We went TNG, DS9, Voyager. Now we're back at the original series, and then we're probably going to do Enterprise after that. Which you know how Enterprise
Okay.
ends.
I don't know any of them in because I've never watched one completely through.
You never watched any of them, like any Star Trek completely through.
Mm-mm.
What?
Yeah.
Has your
Remember
husband?
Remember Star Trek used to come on when I was at church.
But even as an adult, you never watched them through.
I didn't think about it because I didn't have any exposure to it when I was a teenager or a kid.
Oh God, they're so
Like
good.
I knew it was there, but literally it always came on Sundays when I was at church. Like
Yeah,
Sunday
but yes,
evenings.
I know. But as an adult,
Yes, but if you're never exposed to something, then you don't think about it like that. Right? Like I mean I was never exposed to it. That was a franchise that I was never exposed to. My parents didn't watch Star Trek.
uh
They
huh,
didn't watch the Star Trek reruns with Shatner,
uh
none of
huh,
it.
uh huh. I hear
So
you.
as an adult now, like I've been getting into it because, you know,
But okay, that's why I'm saying you have never finished a series as an adult because I know
for
that
some
you're
reason I didn't I don't know why I didn't start with
ADHD.
Next Generation, right? Like I think I watched a couple of episodes at some point,
Okay.
but then I stopped. It wasn't like anything I didn't like it. It's like I think it was like maybe even with having like my life transition.
Uh huh.
Like it might have been around that time period because there were a
Okay.
lot of things that I started back then that I
Because I
kind of
know here's the
stopped.
thing. I know you were watching DS9 not too long ago,
No, that's the one I started with. Sorry, that's the one I started with
but you didn't
DS9.
finish it.
No,
Why?
I don't know.
And then why did you start Voyager without finishing DS9?
Well, the Voyager wasn't my idea to start.
Oh, it's your husband's idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wanted to rewatch Voyager himself, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to watch me?" I was like, "Okay, sure."
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's some people's favorite. I don't.
I remember the reason why I started was that they did some fandom or some kind of something did like a big like a large scale survey, and they basically ranked according to fans,
Yeah.
right? Like their favorites of all of them.
Uh huh.
And I remember that that's why I started with Deep Space Nine because in that thing, Deep Space Nine came out on top.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know much about Deep Space Nine. I was like, I'd heard about it, but I didn't know much. But I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I'll start with this one. But I kind of felt like I shouldn't have after like a little bit through because some of the plot points and some of the things that kind of intersect between the different shows. And so
Nah, you would have been fine.
yeah, so that's good. Well, that's good then. So maybe let's go back and that'll probably be a good thing to start back up again now.
I mean, the thing is, you should start with the next generation.
Yeah,
Just to like because
engage.
that first season is such trash. Like it is trash. There's one of the most racist episodes of television put to camera in the first season. It's fantastic.
What?
So they blame Irene for what for all of the shit that's going on. And JB stands with her. Yeah. 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 Death to siblings on pot. What is that? What? What? I still don't know what this.
Girl, what have you written out?
I don't know. Let me pause it a second. Dear listeners, I figured it all out. So here's a couple of things that happened. First of all, JB, then we're going back to the sheriff's office. JB, when she arrives, they found out that Irene actually did fly into town. So Gordon asked to see all of the different like trinkets that the witch had. One of them had a pot with a symbol on it that meant death to siblings. It was only used for cursing, and so it feels like it was used to curse Mildred, that Irene was using it to curse Mildred. There we go.
Like
there was a call. There's a ceremony. Hold on here. We're going fast. There's a call. There's a ceremony at the Finney place. The witch hunter is here, Dr. Orman, and they all blame Irene for being the witch, and JB stands with her. We're now at the hotel. Gordon is still annoyed with Richard, but Richard has something up for tonight. But he got a phone call, and she chickened out. So, at JB's, Doc's here. Agnes isn't home and was never at home. That was the house he went to begin with. Doc was sent on a wild goose chase. Next phone call, Patience was spotted at another house. All right, girl, we are caught up. There we go. I needed to get all that shit out real fast so we were back on track time-wise.
Bravo.
Thank you. So we're at Patience's house, and the ghost runs into a barn.
Oh, I know that joke.
It was actually Bill Maher, and Bill Maher set the barn on fire.
Not just Bill Maher, girl. Bill Maher and Drag Kenny.
Girl,
Come on,
Bill
nun
Maher
drag.
in Patience drag.
That's right, girl. Covering up that receding hairline with that habit.
So Sheriff is looking for things, and he finds a pail of gasoline, and JB asks if he's gone to the root cellar. Sheriff said, well, what's the root cellar? And Doc says, well, it's a cellar where you store the roots. I love Doc. Doc Haslett is my favorite character. Like because I am Doc Haslett. Like,
no, you're definitely.
Oh, Irene's dead.
No.
Yeah.
But she just found her sister.
Well, the sheriff says that she was killed between 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and there was blue paint on her face and hand.
J'accuse, girl.
Well, we're at a hotel, and Richard and Gordon are talking, and Richard leaves, but Gordon says, if you leave, there will be no money. But Richard's like, I will not be an accomplice to murder. Gordon's like, if you leave, there will be no money, so I think you're going to stay.
And he's like, you're right, I've got to stay.
Yeah. Fuck this girl. Fuck this girl and fuck this drag.
I'm going to take my nun to Broadway in a one-man show.
They love me in Canada. Oh, God. They always love me in Canada.
I debated doing a picture of Mar in the nun's habit and just doing like a happy Pride Day.
Nobody would get it.
Nobody would get it.
They'd be like, "What is this? Is this from the oh God, what's it called? Margaret Atwood,
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
Is this from the Handmaid's Tale?
Girl, I'm just hoping I'm gonna be one of those hoes in the hotel that they come visit.
Hoes in the hotel?
Have you never seen have you never read Handmaid's Tale?
No.
Oh, okay. So do you know anything about it?
I mean, I just know that it's terrible for women. That's
So what it is the world. There's a huge world-ending event in
okay.
America. In America,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
specifically America. They bomb. It's alluded to that a religious order takes over called
Okay.
Gilead. Um, and
I've heard the
the,
Gilead words before.
and
I've
then
heard that name.
slowly they take away women's rights. Those that can still get pregnant, even though it's the men that are infertile, whatever. Those that can still get pregnant become handmaids, and
Okay.
they get bought and sold into having sex with rich men. So that's why her name is Offred of Fred. Um, yes, black women and Hispanic women become maids to everyone. Yeah, it's a thing. But and homosexuals are typically sent to this crater to go mining and clean up the area. But there is in the book there is a I know you're never going to read this. And dear listeners, if I'm ruining something from the 70s for you, I apologize. There is a hotel outside of town that is run by the religious organization,
Okay.
um, where people can go to either. So the way they're supposed to have sex with their handmaids is the handmaid lays on the wife's body and gets fucked by the man while she's laying on the wife. Oh yeah, this is a fucked up book, girl. But
This show has been on for a long time
girl,
now,
I'm talking
too.
about the
Like,
book. Yeah, this
no, I'm
this
just saying, like, it's amazing that something so has been
yeah.
on for so
Oh, that this
long.
is just the first season. Yeah,
Good
the
lord.
book's only this big.
Oh, so the show goes like way
The
beyond
show goes
the.
way beyond the book.
Wow.
But there's a hotel outside of town where the rich can take their girlfriends and sleep with them without the wife there. They can also there are hookers there, male or female hookers there.
Oh, is it a Holiday Inn?
Girl, speaking of
Express
that, they
girl.
were getting ready to tear down the hair curler in downtown Raleigh, but they ain't gonna do it anymore.
Why would they tear? That's the most iconic building in downtown Raleigh. I mean, literally.
Well,
Why would they touch
Doctor
that?
Orman is having a discussion, and he's trying to to cleanse, to do an exorcism, and he says it's a big long curse, and he tells Doc off, and Doc's like, "Yeah, it's not a curse."
Your
Trying to see,
doc has a slight Mario Brothers to it sometimes.
it's a
Like it's really
Mario.
it's a really interesting how it evolves.
Well, so we're at Mildred's girl,
Okay.
and Mildred is putting the house in both names, and sheriff comes in and asks where she was the night of the murder, Irene's murder.
Hmm.
She was at the library, and so was Adam.
Okay.
Okay. JB goes to talk to the taxi driver, and we find out that Irene had no jet lag or had jet lag, so she wanted to go to sleep early.
Okay.
Okay,
So she's going to take a little nap.
she's going to go take a little nap. And to be honest with you, dear listeners, I know that I've butchered a little bit of this, but this episode is a little bit butchered itself. I'm
Honey,
just
they're
throwing
just
this
here
out
for
there
the
too. What'd you
they're
say?
here for the lulls. They're here for the lulls, girl.
Aren't
That's
they
what
here
they're
for the
here for.
lulls?
They're here for the lulls, girl.
They can fall asleep during this, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I mean, girl, if more power, dear listeners, if you want to turn this on very quietly while you go to sleep, I know
Very
that first "Hey girl,
quietly.
hey" may be a lot for you,
We
but
can
after
be
that,
your sleep ASMR.
yeah, my cackling laugh and Maim's,
Kiki 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 kiki. Kiki kiki kiki.
ugh, don't do that anymore.
That's as low as I can go.
So we're at, how low can you go? I can go very low.
What was that song? There was a song, right? where that was like a thing? How low can you go?
I
How
can
low?
go very low. That's the Lambada song. And the Lambada, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the Forbidden Dance, girl.
yeah,
God, we
girl.
were so different back then. Life was so different back then.
Um, so we're at the sheriff. He says it's Dr. Orman. JB's like, no, but Irene wasn't. She doesn't think Irene was Irene.
What?
Well, conveniently enough, there's a random person here to discuss the inheritance, um, which was mentioned a way back. There's like Mildred's getting a
A
apple
little bit of
farm,
money
a
that's
little
gonna
bit of
pay for
money here and there.
her
Like
honeymoon.
you didn't think it was very important until now when you find out that she is getting 5 million Rupel doll hairs.
Well, it sounded like she herself didn't know it was that
Right,
much.
girl, that is 10 Rupel's drag race wins.
Plus costuming.
Plus costuming, Lord, girl, that is like 11 Rupel's drag race wins with no mini challenges.
Don't ever forget the mini challenges, everybody. Don't ever forget them. They can add up.
They can, they can,
They can add up, girl.
they can. If you
That's
win a
how.
lot of them.
Right. That's how. Fifth runner up can have
Remember
the
when they
second
used
most
didn't
money.
get shit for the mini challenge?
They always got prizes back then,
Yeah,
or
but
trips. Remember they would do trips back when it was Alan Chuck dot travel or whatever it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Who would have ever in their lifetime thought that I would be friends with Al, like the actual Al from that? That's so weird to me when I say it out loud.
Who would have thought that you're right. I'm just going to leave all my jokes behind because one day he may give us some money.
Hey, Daddy.
So Irene and the aunt died in a flu epidemic
Mm-hmm.
at like the age of 10. So that ain't Irene.
So sad. So sad.
Well, so then sheriff goes to interrogate Richard, and we find out that the barn was actually sold to Richard. So he set his own barn on fire. The woman's name was actually Annie Gorman, and she was an actress. So JB goes on the hunt for clues. She goes to the barn and sees blue paint.
Oh. She got killed by the Blue Man Group, girl.
We go back to JB's, and the sheriff is looking for more evidence to arrest Fairchild. Well, they talk in that they're talking to Mildred and Adam about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it leads to the next scene where they're at the barn, and Adam is there and not Fairchild, and the sheriff arrests him.
Oh.
Well, we're back at the sheriff's, and Adam admits to killing her. He says he found the letter about the property, drove out, saw that it was now an industrial complex, immediately proposed to her. He slipped away from while he was working, hit her in the back of the head with a hammer, covered her with the drop cloth when Richard came in because he snuck in to talk to her about keeping up the ruse of being Irene. Richard couldn't find her, made a phone call from the place, left, and that was all she wrote. And then there's a random joke that Doc says to JB about being a pain in the neck. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes, dear.
Did you enjoy this episode?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a terrible episode. It was a little bit.
It was.
It was a little bit. It was okay. It was just okay.
So dear listeners, maybe part of the reason I was so out of it with this was A, I was a little sick. B, because I was sick when I did this, so and I should have probably rewatched it, but this is what you get, y'all. B, it didn't vibe with me. Like it was good, but it wasn't.
I think the reason because I was like halfway through the episode, I was like, this episode's a lot.
What is the reason for the season, girl?
For me personally, I think it was they had this particular episode
Uh-huh.
too many characters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because the thing is like this was the first episode in a long time where the killer felt very left field
Yeah.
because we knew nothing about him. There was no background on him. There was no anything
Girl,
because
I
we were
knew it. I knew exactly that he was the killer.
no. I'm just saying
Do you
like
know when I knew?
how
He's painting the hallway blue.
oh
The moment they said that, I'm like, oh, well, he's the killer.
well, it's always some weird clue like that. But that's what I'm saying though. Like there was no background on him.
Yeah.
Literally, like he's just a dude that does
Yep.
wiring.
Yep.
And we spent more time on Roddy McDowell's character.
Yep.
More time on Bill Maher's character.
Yep.
Like, guys, you can't throw this many main character energies in here for bad guys because,
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
we're not invested in the episode when you do that.
It's true.
So that's just why. I mean, it was just very because I paused it after he. I mean, I knew he was going to be the killer, but like, I paused for a minute. I was like, how many times was he even in the episode?
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah. Of course, he wasn't a very good actor either, but that
No.
he's probably just getting that what do you call it? Screen Actors Guild insurance. He was probably some former Western actor or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. She like met on the set of something. She's like, "Oh, so you were having kidney problems, are you? Let me get you on my show. Do you mind being the killer?"
I just sent you a picture on Instagram. Hey, Maim, watch our dear listeners where they can find you.
Oh, hi, dear listeners. It's me, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can catch me every Monday night hosting karaoke at the Hotel Gathering Bar off of Lincoln Road in Miami Beach. Everything else you can find me on. You can find me at I'm Your Auntie Maim. What? I'm your... Nope. I'm your Auntie
Hey,
Maim.
y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at thedivinemissmims.com. Hey, Maim, did you know that we have a Patreon?
Where's this dick?
That's right. You can go to patreon.com/Mims and Maim and throw us some money. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that some people are growers, not showers, Maim?
Sorry,
Hey,
I'm
Maim,
sorry.
I
didn't mean to say that out loud. I didn't.
Did you know that we have another podcast? That's right. It's Baking Sugar. It's our Designing Wood podcast. Hey, Maim. Did you know that we have... Damn it. That we have a website. That's right. It's mimsmaim.com. You can go and find things about us and buy some stuff. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
5-star review.
That's right. I love a 5-star review. And dear listeners, they really help us. Oh, and dear listeners, you can find us on YouTube now. Not video of us, but like this podcasty. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know our dear listeners can reach out to us?
What?
That's right. They can send us an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add? Then why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, babe.
Dear listeners, I'd like to apologize for that. I showed Maim a hot, hot man. Bye.